He's got a lot bigger personality than what any of us expected. He likes to joke around a lot. He likes to have a good time. He has this childish energy to him, which is great. I think that allows him to, disconnect from the fact that there's a huge pressure on his shoulders because that's what comes with.
I think what's cool what Shohei is, he's so humble. He has no ego whatsoever, and he's works really hard. And it comes in with the same exact attitude. Always just like a happy guy. Always excited to see everybody.
We're coming from so many different places, and I know that watch we're gonna keep it forever, and we're always gonna remember that the best player in the world gave us a watch for 2026 opening day.
これらの言葉を口にしたのはただのファンではありません。毎日同じロッカールームで過ごし、遠征バスを共にし、ポストシーズンの修羅場を共に戦い抜いたチームメイトたちです。大谷選手の凄さを語る時、人々はまず数字を持ち出します。50本塁打、50盗塁や満票 MVP、前人未到の投打二刀流。確かにその記録は人類の限界に挑むようなものです。しかし大谷選手の本当の凄さはそれだけではないのです。チームメイトたちが語る大谷選手は結果には決して現れない顔をしています。遠征バスの中で一人静かに漫画を読んでいる姿、ワールドシリーズ優勝の夜、真っ先にチームメイトのところへ走り、頭からビールをかけて回る姿、開幕日に全員へ時計をプレゼントして3連覇しようとメモを添える姿、どれだけ大きなプレッシャーを背負っていても、どれだけ歴史的な記録を打ち立てた翌日でも変わらない姿勢。チームメイトたちが口を揃えて言うのは記録への驚きではなく、その人間性への敬意です。ということで今回の動画では、毎日近くで大谷選手を見てきた同僚たちのインタビューを通して、数字では伝わらない人間大谷翔平の本質に迫っていきます。それではまず、ドジャースのムードメーカーとして知られるヘルナンデス選手のコメントからご覧ください。
All right, so one more question. So, in our generation, we never saw a Babe Ruth, right? But we have one now, potentially in Shohei Ohtani. I'm pretty sure you faced the guy. When you see a guy that can do both, hit and pitch like that, what do you think about that?
One, good for him.
Sucks for us, right? Yeah.
Two, it's not fair. Game shouldn't be that easy. But, man, that's once in a generation talent. And, for him to be elite, not just one side of the ball, but on both sides of the ball, that's something that's remarkable. There's plenty of really good hitters that are Gold Glovers out there, but nobody like what he does. Get on the mound and shove it for 7-8 innings, and then go to the plate and hit 2 homers in one game. That's something that we haven't seen before. Obviously, Babe, but I'm only 30, so yeah. I've only heard about Babe. So every time you play against that guy, it's special, and everybody has their eyes on him. That's for sure.
TK, we see you goofing around with your teammates quite a lot. What's Ohtani been like from your point of view, perspective?
As far as what?
Like goofing around, or like as a teammate?
He's been great. He's got a lot bigger personality than what any of us expected. He likes to joke around a lot. He likes to have a good time. He has this childish energy to him, which is great. I think that allows him to, disconnect from the fact that there's a huge pressure on his shoulders, because that's what comes with, not only being the greatest player in the game, but potentially possibly be one of the best ever. And he's been a joy to watch. I think Kirsch said this a couple days ago, and I say the same thing. I love being his teammate. I love watching how he goes about his business, putting an MVP season together while rehabbing Tommy John surgery. That's borderline mind-blowing. And I think my favorite part about Shohei is that we can be on a bus ride to San Diego, and the bus ride, it looks like a party bus, or we could be on a flight where there's music blasting throughout the plane, and he's just sitting in his chair reading comics. And that's just show. He's amazing.
キケ選手が語った子供みたいなエネルギーという言葉、そして遠征バスでみんなが盛り上がる中、一人だけ静かにコミックを読んでいるというエピソードが印象的でしたね。あれだけのプレッシャーを背負いながら、 オンとオフの切り替えが自然にできている。それがチームに安心感と独特のゆとりをもたらしているのかもしれません。そんな大谷選手とかつては敵として対戦し、2024年シーズンからチームメイトになった選手がいます。次にご紹介するのは、シルバースラッガー賞を2度受賞し、外野の主軸としてドジャースに加入したテオスカー・ヘルナンデス選手です。憧れの存在だった選手といざ同じユニフォームを着た時、何を感じたのか、そして実際に隣で見続けて気づいた大谷選手の素顔とは何か、ご覧ください。
I know you probably could have signed elsewhere and gotten more years, so I want to ask, why did you ultimately choose to come here and to play for this Dodgers team?
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me. One of the reasons it was because before the free agency start, I was talking to my agent and I was telling him that in free agency, I wanted to go to a team that can compete every year and a team that can win and play in the playoffs. That was one of my biggest things going into this free agent. And I had a couple of choices, but now what I was looking for, and the Dodgers always been there and trying to make it happen, make it work for me. And at the end, it comes to an easy decision, and that's why I decided to go to the Dodgers.
Teoscar, what's going on? This is Jerry. Hey, listen, I am so excited that you're part of the Dodger family. John knows this. When we got Shohei Ohtani, we got Yamamoto, we need a left fielder, right-handed bat with pop.
You were calling for him.
I said we need Teoscar Hernandez. I saw you play with the Show Jays, as I call them in Toronto, and obviously in Seattle. You're going to like this ballpark at Dodger Stadium. I know you only played 2 games at Dodger Stadium. What are you excited most about playing in LA and playing at Dodger Stadium?
It comes down more to play with the players that the Dodgers already have. You know, I never had the chance to play with a lot of superstar like the way the Dodgers have right now. You mentioned the Jays and back in 2021, but I don't think that lineup had great players. But the Dodgers had like some extra good players, really good players that I'm gonna learn from it, and I'm really excited to play in the same field, the same lineup with Mookie, Freeman, Muncy, Smith, Ohtani, and to watch Yamamoto pitch.
Teoscar, the Dodgers have had a lot of great Dominican players in their history. Is that part of the appeal to you as well, to put on that uniform that so many other great Dominican players have worn?
Yes, for me, going to LA, it's really, I feel really grateful because I had the chance to represent the Dodgers and represent the Dominican Republic.
Teoscar, you go to Toronto, you really blossom as a player there, and Jerry's talked about this many times before, and other guys, what a great place Toronto is to hit. Seattle, not known to be a great place necessarily for offensive guys, but now you're coming to Dodger Stadium. For years, it had a reputation of being a pitcher's ballpark, but it's become very much a hitter-friendly ballpark. How much are you looking forward to playing half of your games every year at Dodger Stadium in that atmosphere and maybe getting back to those offensive numbers that you were putting up in Toronto?
I mean, hopefully they come back, and like I say, I just wanted to be there, wanted to play every day. I want to help the team, and I think if I'm playing every day, if I'm healthy, I think my numbers are gonna be there. So playing in Seattle, it was tough. You know, there's some baseball that I hit that they're supposed to go out, the launch angle, the below, and everything, and it just they were caught at the wall or in the warning track. But, you know, that's part of the process. Unfortunately, I didn't have my best season in Seattle, but I'm looking forward to having it in LA this year.
You play for the Seattle Mariners. That means you were in the same division as your new teammate, Shohei Ohtani. What excites you the most about being his teammate?
You know, I admire Ohtani. Going and playing against him and face him. right now, I'm really, really excited to play with him and to see the things that I know he can do in a baseball field. I was talking to him yesterday. He's very excited he told me, he said hi, and one of the messages that he sent me was that now we play in the same team, we together doing this. And that makes me even more excited just to go into the season and play with those guys.
What does it mean to be here for the first year for Dodger Foundation?
It's great, just to be a part of this. I didn't know they do this kind of event. It's really big. I never noticed this, but it feels good to be here.
I want to know a little bit about Spanish, Japanese. How's that going? Who's learning? Who's not learning?
I think he's learning more than me because he tell me. I'm teaching him, but he tell me some things in Japanese, but I already forgot.
It doesn't stick.
No, it doesn't stick. So, but we're trying.
Who do you think is the one that's learning the most?
Japanese.
This is like a random one.
Rojas, I think, because he always joking around with Yamamoto and his interpreter, and Ohtani's interpreter too. Yeah.
彼もすごく興奮していて、メッセージをくれたというテオスカー選手の言葉が象徴的でしたね。迎えられる側のはずの大谷選手が、新しいチームメイトを自分から歓迎している。スーパースターでありながら、相手に自然に歩み寄る姿勢がにじみ出ています。スペイン語と日本語を教え合うというエピソードも、彼の人柄をよく表しています。言葉の壁を越えて、自分からコミュニケーションを取ろうとする姿勢。それが、国籍もバックグラウンドも異なる選手たちが集まるロッカールームで自然と信頼を生んでいるのでしょう。次にご紹介するのは2024年 NLCS の MVP にも輝いたトミー・エドマン選手です。 WBC2023 で大谷選手と対戦した経験を持ち、トレード期限でドジャースに加入してからは味方としてその姿を間近で見てきた人物です。対戦相手として感じた脅威とチームメイトとして築いた人間性、両方の視点を持つエドマン選手だからこそ語れる言葉をご覧ください。
Hi Tommy, I know you facing Shohei at the WBC and now you are teammate with him. Is there anything learned anything new about Shohei?
I think, just being on his team now, first of all, I'm glad to be on his team and don't have to play against him. And I think what's been impressive is just like him having the same mindset, every single day. Obviously, he's the best player in baseball right now. And I feel like when you're in that situation, you can kind of have the tendency to put pressure on yourself, but he really doesn't seem that way at all. He's very laid back, and always has a great attitude and just excited to play the game of baseball.
And I know a ton of people look up to Shohei Ohtani. Right? Yeah. What was that like, I guess, being in the clubhouse with someone who is, idolized he's like the Michael Jordan of baseball.
Yeah.
How is that?
It's crazy. He's a one of a kind, and he had, I think, the best offensive season of all time, and that doesn't even include him pitching too. But I think what's cool about what Shohei is, he's so humble. He has no ego whatsoever, and he's works really hard. And it comes in with the same exact attitude. Always just like a happy guy. Always excited to see everybody. And I think that's honestly probably a big reason. Like having those guys, Shohei, Freddie, Mookie, they're the same guys every day. And that I think having the leaders on your team who set that tone for the whole team, it allows you to have success. But yeah, I remember the first time I saw Shohei though, actually do something on the baseball field was, I think it was the World Baseball when he was playing for Japan, and I saw him take batting practice, and it was like nothing I'd ever seen before. It looked like a golf ball coming off his bat, and he was hitting balls to places that I had no idea a human could even hit.
That's awesome.
But he's special for sure.
That's awesome. I remember my question now is that being on a team full of stars, and you being one as well, how important is it, and how do you avoid comparison? Because that can be very easy to fall into a trap wise of what everybody else has, or trying to, I guess, selfishly ambition of having like I want to have that or attain. Like the appetite for it is more and more and more. So how do you avoid the comparison?
That's a tough one. I think especially with baseball, when everything's just statistics, stats and contracts, and then you have a lot of, I think, and now being on the Dodgers, like, you got so many good players on the team. So it's something that I think I definitely have struggled with in the past. But I think almost just like thinking of ourselves as more of a team, instead of like individuals, which is a lot easier to do when you get to the majors. I know coming up through the minors I think it's even more of an issue when you're in the minors. You're competing with those guys who are in your same locker room to get called up to the majors. And you're trying to accumulate stats rather than trying to win baseball games. So I think getting back to like that team mindset helps with that. But I think regardless, you're always still going to kind of have those thoughts in the back of your mind. And the only way to truly not feel that comparison is just understanding your identity. Your identity isn't based on your stats or the back of your baseball card, but your identity is in Christ. And we still, I think it's impossible to completely eliminate comparison from your mind, but I think always helping that be a reminder to yourself that the identity is not based on performance.
このレベルの選手で全く自我がないというトミー・エドマン選手の言葉はシンプルですが深いですね。歴史的な成績を残した翌日もポストシーズンの大舞台でもいつも同じテンションで楽しそうに野球をやっている。それがチーム全体の雰囲気を作りリーダーシップとして機能しているのです。またフリーバッティングで受けた衝撃という話も印象的でした。ゴルフボールみたいに飛んでいくという表現はプロ選手の目から見てもやはり大谷選手のパワーは別次元のものなのだということを改めて感じさせます。そして次にご紹介するのはミゲル・ロハス選手です。長年ドジャースの内野を支えベテランとしてチームを引っ張ってきたロハス選手は今シーズンをもって現役を引退することを表明しました。最後のシーズン大谷選手と同じユニフォームを着て戦えることへの誇り、そして大谷選手から開幕日に贈られた時計とメモに込められた意味、キャリアの最終章だからこそ語れるロハス選手の深い言葉をご覧ください。
Wow, increíble, de verdad que, bueno, las palabras de verdad que en este momento sobran porque es algo que he venido experimentando y viviendo durante toda esta temporada y creo que una de las razones por las cuales siempre he dicho que es el mejor jugador en el juego es porque nunca había tenido la oportunidad de ver algo tan impresionante en día a día. Creo que cuando te enfrentas a un jugador muy bueno pero te enfrentas por él por una sola serie pueden pasar muchas cosas, le puede ir regular, mal o cualquier cosa. Pero ver lo que hizo Shohei, sobre todo de la manera que lo hizo en el 40-40, dando un gran slam para terminar el juego y para darnos la victoria. Un día como el día de hoy, de 6 hits, casi batea para el ciclo en los primeros 4 turnos y después termina con 3 jonrones en la noche. Creo que es bastante impresionante y estar ahí en primera fila para poder verlo desde mi perspectiva, creo que es muy emocionante y por eso es que momentos como este siempre te van a hacer sentir feliz y orgulloso de formar parte de esta organización y estoy contento sobre todo por él porque va a jugar por primera vez en octubre. Y bueno, y sabiendo que lo que viene haciendo durante toda la temporada, sabiendo que Dodger Stadium es un terreno de bateadores que ponen la bola en el aire y ha dado mucho honrón en Los Ángeles, creo que podía haber dado 4 si el primer batazo hubiese sido en Los Ángeles porque la bola en Los Ángeles se va mucho más fácil en el aire así. Pero es, como te dije, un privilegio verlo todos los días y ver que lo pueda lograr en un día como este, de 6-6 y con todo lo que hizo, es impresionante. Today, preparing for a new season, but now it's here. This is my last chance to play baseball with an amazing group of guys. I'm so excited that I got the opportunity to open the start and opening day, which is something that I really appreciate by the organization, Doc, and the guys who kind of like counted on me and believe in my abilities to help this team win. And just seeing my name on that lineup with a team that won the last couple World Series is pretty special. I don't really know. This is the first time that I'm kind of like approaching something like this. Baseball is what I remember me doing my whole life. You know, I don't remember myself doing anything else. I know I was a good son, a good brother, a good student and all that, but I don't remember myself doing that. I remember myself playing baseball, preparing to play a baseball game, working out to be a professional baseball player. Then when I was in the minors, I remember myself working really hard to get to the big leagues, and then working really hard to be an everyday player. And then the list goes on and on. I just feel like all I do is I remember myself being a baseball player, and my character is gonna end or it's gonna die at the end of this year. So I'm gonna enjoy it, and I'm gonna be really happy with the results, because I know I did everything that I can to give my 100% effort every single day.
You told us about that conversation that you guys had in the dugout. Just what was getting that advance notice like and that moment with him?
Yeah, I was kind of speechless. I didn't know what to say, because I don't know if thank you is the right word at the time, because it's something that I earned. It's not something that I kind of asked for, or it's a favor, you know. So I was kind of speechless. I looking at his face, and he was kind of like smiling, and I just gave it a hug. I didn't know what to say, but it was really nice for Doug to kind of like pull me apart while the game was going, and told me that I was going to start today. It means a lot to me, because it's a gift to myself, because of all the hard work and the preparation that I put throughout my whole career, and ended this way is the best way possible, because I got up to the big leagues as a utility defensive replacement who can play short but couldn't really hit much, and now I can say that I finished my career opening the last 4 years of the season as an opening day starter, the last 3 as a shortstop, today as a second baseman. So I'm really happy and proud of myself.
How are you going to approach kind of just the festivities and everything that is opening? Are you going to take a moment to really let it sink in, or do you need to kind of hold it together because you're going to play?
Like I say, I don't really know. I just I'm willing to be present. I want to be here. I don't want to have any expectations of how the people is going to react, or how this stadium is going to be, or how the fans are going to support me throughout the year. I just want to enjoy every single moment, and I'm open, and I'm really excited to see how everything develops throughout the year. But for today, I know where I'm at. I know I'm here. I'm playing second base, and I'm facing Zach Gallen. So I'm doing everything as possible to be ready for that moment, and trying to stay focused on that, even though it's going to be hard, because there's going to be times where I'm going to be a little bit emotional. But I'm going to try to overcome that as soon as possible, and be ready to focus on the game. Yeah, we did. Yeah, really nice from Psycho. Really nice collection, or a piece, a watch that he gave us. We really appreciate all the guys that we have in this clubhouse. So he's being really kind with using his platform to kind of like help his teammates as well. That talks a lot about the kind of human he is, not on the field, but off the field as well. He cares about his teammates. He cares about the community in LA, and we're coming from so many different places, and I know that watch, we're gonna keep it forever, and we're always gonna remember that the best player in the world gave us a watch for 2026 opening day. It was a battle too. I haven't checked what the company is, but it's really nice to have this. I don't know. Like I say, I didn't see what kind of alcohol it was, but it's really nice too. That's one of my favorite things about opening day and starting a season, especially here in LA. We got a lot of people supporting the organization, and we're getting a lot of gift and things to say thank you for our contribution the last couple of years, and we bring joy to the people, and they give us back, and I think it's a back and forward relationship. Yeah, so it was a little note that say from Shohei Ohtani, let's repeat. So I think that's the mentality of everybody in this clubhouse, and I don't think we have enough motivation. We need to keep finding new ones every single day, because it's not gonna be an easy road, and we all know that we're gonna compete against the best in the world, and they all want to come for what we have, and we are really responsible and accountable for what we are gonna be embracing this year.
世界最高の選手が開幕日にプレゼントしてくれたというロハス選手の言葉には、チームメイトとしての誇りだけでなく、大谷選手への深い敬意がにじんでいましたね。キャリアの最終章を大谷選手と共に過ごせることへの感謝、そしてリピートしようというメモに込められたチーム全体を鼓舞する姿勢。グラウンドの外でも大谷選手はチームの中心にいるのです。そんな大谷選手を誰よりも近くで見続けてきた人物が最後に登場します。デーブ・ロバーツ監督です。そんなロバーツ監督が大谷選手の秘話を明かしました。チームメイトでさえ知らなかった大谷選手がグラウンドの外で見せた行動とは何か。監督という立場だからこそ知り得た大谷選手の素顔をご覧ください。
Shohei the GOAT?
Shohei's a GOAT. Shohei's a GOAT. I'll tell you this. Barry Bonds is the best hitter I've ever seen. But as far as best player, he is by far the GOAT. There's just no one close.
Drop a few names. Who are your favorite players on this team? I mean, who are the smart ones?
I've got an embarrassment of riches.
You do.
First and foremost, it's hard not to start with Shohei Ohtani. And this guy is not only a generational player, I just think he's a one of one. And people use the term GOAT, one of one, a lot. But a guy that can do what he does and then kind of take on the world, the burden of being the face of baseball, is pretty special. So throwing 100 miles an hour, hitting 50 homers, stealing 50 bases.
Yeah.
Face of baseball, Shohei Ohtani, Mookie Betts. This dude has bowled a dozen 300 games. He is a 3 index in golf. He can shoot threes, not like Steph, but it looks like Steph. He's won MVPs in baseball, been an all-star for 9 years, won 4 rings. So Mookie Betts, it's hard not to love him and think so highly of him. Freddie Freeman, there's no better clutch player than Freddie Freeman. Will Smith, I call him Vanilla because he's our catcher. And he's just a stud. And there's no self-promotion. Clayton Kershaw's the GOAT, just retired this year. So every baseball fan, Dodger fan knows Clayton. 18 years with the same team. How can you not?
How could you not? And I don't know if you know, but he played baseball with Matthew Stafford.
And he played baseball with Matthew Stafford.
Every single NFL game, Matthew Stafford throws that fact out there.
No, that's right. But the thing is, though, is that towards the end, when Clayton was going to retire, this was his last year, Matthew was at a lot of his games that he started. And those two guys were on the same high school baseball team. That's crazy. And they still got love for each other. So I've been blessed with a lot of great players.
No, it's certainly an embarrassment of riches. And, we start with Shohei. It's so hard to encapsulate what he does because there's nobody that's analogous to what the guy is doing. There's nobody. I mean, we go back to Babe Ruth, but I'm like, it's like Patrick Mahomes if he was a lockdown cornerback. Like, how do you kind of describe Shohei Ohtani to a casual observer?
I think the thing is that it's like 2 people in one. And I say that because, we win the World Series this year. He starts game 7. He goes almost 3 innings, doesn't have his best stuff, gives up a 3-run home run to Bichette and Bo Bichette. He then has to recalibrate, compartmentalize that he's not pitching anymore. Now focus on the hitting. He gets 2 hits in that game, gets on base a 3rd time, still a good teammate because if you think about this, you start a game, you don't pitch well, you're out mentally.
Yeah.
But he has to have the capacity to still post as a hitter. And so essentially you're 2 people. So then as he gets ready for a major league game, you're getting ready from the savage killer part of it as a pitcher because you control the game because you're pitching. But on the other side, you're getting ready as a hitter to be ready to take on 5 at-bats. And then not only that is every single player in the ballpark that paid money that night is there to watch him. And you're not talking about just the U.S. You're talking about all of Japan.
Yeah.
And so to have to take that on, no one's done that. You know what I'm saying? And you got Patrick Mahomes, who is unbelievable. But then now he's not playing middle linebacker or he's Deion Sanders on an island, right?
Patrick Surtain, too.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Because now you're talking about a quarterback that's on the offensive. And then now you got to go and think about the defense and be locked down. So he's one
and he's
of one.
stealing bases. I mean, unbelievable.
Right.
And then you recently told a story about him paying for his teammate's mother's cancer treatment.
That's right. And that's the thing is that, and this was on under the radar that I kind of blew the whistle on this a few years ago because, guy we had in camp, and, I try to do things, Zach, early on in spring training and try to get our team together because in spring training, there's a lot of players, right? So pitchers, hitters, veterans, young players, relievers, starters. So my job is to try to make this whole thing work. So what I try to do is introduce a player, and I get to introduce a player, tell about the player, make jokes about the player, make them do some funny things, light hazing. So I don't want to get canceled. It's just light. It's all in fun. And so one of our players said his mom's going through a bout of cancer. And then so Shohei on the down low donated a ton of money for the care because they weren't getting the care. And so I saw the mom in the World Series because he's now one of his brothers now with the Blue Jays, and she sought me out and really thanked me for that, and Shohei as well.
Yeah, that's incredible.
さて、いかがでしたか？今回ご紹介したのはグラウンドで最も近くに立ち続けてきたチームメイトたちの言葉でした。彼らはそれぞれ異なる国で生まれ、異なるキャリアを歩み、異なる形でドジャースというチームにたどり着きました。彼らが語ったのは漫画を読む横顔であり、新しい仲間に自分からメッセージを送る姿であり、優勝の夜にチームメイトへビールをかけて回る笑顔でした。歴史的な数字は見ようと思えば誰でも見られます。でも毎日隣にいる人間だけが知っている大谷選手の姿がある。その姿がチームを動かし、ロッカールームを変え、ドジャースを世界一に導いているのです。それが大谷選手という人間の本当の凄さを何より物語っているのかもしれません。この動画をご覧いただきありがとうございました。チャンネル登録、高評価もぜひよろしくお願いします。それでは次の動画でまたお会いしましょう。